Coach Lake, how are you? Good. So I'm going to put it right out there. I understand that Griswold is one of the teams to watch this year.
Only because we won the division,
Mm-hmm.
It's a new season, so we scrimmaged Manchester yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Lost 6-1.
Yep.
Manchester had 52 kids try out. We had 26. So you played a bigger school. They did well in the state tournament. They threw their 2, 3, and 4 pitchers yesterday. Didn't throw their 1. Drew threw 2 innings yesterday. Kiki threw an inning. Calvin threw 2. Sammy threw 2. But we left the bases loaded 3 times. Not bad for the first scrimmage.
Good showing.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Definitely
listen,
good showing.
There's room for improvement. It's not like we went out there and played our best and lost to 6-1.
Right.
I got a bunch of everybody played. Freshmen played. I'm actually starting 2 freshmen right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're young. We're young.
As I say, give us the dynamic or the makeup of the team compared to last year.
So, last year we graduated 6 seniors, 3 of them who played the majority of the time. So Garvin, Mitchell, and Rubino. And then we had Tate, Hamill, and Duvall, who didn't play as much. So 6. This year we have 5. 3 of them are here. Andrew Harden, Jake Duthry, and Sam Gilgenbach. And then we have Caden Deskis and Calvin Odo. Next year we only have 1. So I didn't cut anybody. 26 kids tried out. I have 14 on varsity, 12 on JV. So we have that feeder program. We're getting more kids from sending schools. 2 of the kids that are starting varsity are from Preston, right? So that helps out. We have an opportunity. The division changed. Plainfield dropped down. So Plainfield's in Division 4 now. Ledger dropped down from 2 to 3. So our division now is us, Bacon, Montville, Stonington, and Ledger. So like I told these guys, to repeat as division champs, just got to beat everybody twice, right? Go 8-0, you win it. So last year we split with Stonington. We split with Montville, swept Plainfield, swept Bacon. Is it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Montville lost Cole Turney, who was the one that one hit us at Dodd. We lost 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gone. Stonington lost a ton of people, a lot of seniors, who they won the ECC tournament. Ledyard is young. They struggled last year, but they also played in Division 2, which they probably shouldn't have been in. So that'll be different. Bacon lost a bunch of people, but they returned Pingray, who pitched against us twice. We beat him twice.
Mm-hmm.
So, the dynamic is losing Cade, which was an all-around player, right? Leader. Losing Sean Garvin at shortstop.
Got a gun for an arm.
Yeah, and a pitcher.
Yeah.
Right? Lost Colin Mitchell, who pitched.
Yep.
The good news is Drew has come out of his catcher's gear finally, right? Freshman year, he had to catch every game as in varsity as a freshman. Yeah. Last year, caught, but when we needed him to, not last year, sophomore year, caught every game. Last year as a junior, he was pitcher, became pitcher, right? So I couldn't have him catch and pitch. I couldn't have him play the field as much and then pitch because I wanted to save his arm. So,
which is something, because I remember Drew, basically in junior leagues, stuff like that. You were predominantly a pitcher, were you not?
Yeah, pitcher catcher. Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's tough to do at high school.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he had the catching gear all the time because Merchant was the catcher before you.
Yep.
And I don't know if they've had it anyway. And then Duthie, you catch too as well. No, it wasn't you. Who was it? It was somebody else.
Probably Deskis or Odo.
Yeah, Deskis or Odo. But Merchant stopped playing baseball. Right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
playing basketball still and golfing.
And listen, so let's get into that. And I don't want to knock any other sport, but Fabes can attest to this. As a basketball player, If I take 5 years off, can I still go out there and shoot 8 out of 10 for free throws? Can you still go out there and shoot 8 out of 10?
I can't.
Fabes is off camera, but he's still
But,
here.
hey, man, but it's me. So
But you don't lose your shot. You lose
Yeah.
your timing, right? You lose your wind. If you take baseball's different.
Yeah.
Baseball, you can't take years off and then go out there and hit a ball that's 90 miles an hour. Not happening. You can't go out there and field a ball that's coming off the bat at 120. You can't go out there and field a ball that's being hit 300 feet in the air, and you have to adjust with the clouds that are moving. Griswold power lines in the sun. It's just totally different. So if we lose players to golf, or if we lose players, it's more so because it is a tough sport to maintain, right? If you ask Deion Sanders, who played professionally football, baseball, he did an interview, and he played a lot of college basketball. What was the toughest sport you ever played? He said baseball, hands down. Take a stick and try to hit a small ball at 90 plus miles an hour. It's nuts.
Mhm.
You know, it's just really tough. So when you have other kids that go play golf or they play lacrosse, it's not because they weren't good at baseball. A lot of times it's because they don't want to put in that work. It's a lot of work. And baseball gets the least amount of scholarships. They don't get scholarships like basketball or football. We don't have a student section. We don't charge admission. We have a makeshift parents-run concession stand. Basketball and football dwarf us, right? So everything that we do, turkey dip every year, we raise the money. You know, this year we wanted a new scoreboard because the scoreboard broke. The school doesn't have the money. Booster Club paid for it. So we got a new scoreboard coming. So everything we do, we generate ourselves. Take care of the field ourselves. John Henn does a lot, but we do. The kids set up the field every practice, end to every practice. So baseball is tough because they don't get the attention a lot of the other sports do. You know, when you guys are doing the SNSN broadcast for basketball, you guys would complain sometimes the student section would be lackluster. We don't have one.
Yeah.
You can barely get people to show up to baseball games, even parents, because to them it's tough to watch. It's not as quick, right? And you have to be extremely intelligent to understand what's going on in baseball. It's a mind game, right? This year, they have a chance to repeat. You know, we went 15-8 last year, won the division my first year, won our first game in ECCs, lost in the ECC tournament, lost to Stonington second round at Mitchell, and then lost in the first round of states to Summers, who we were seeded ahead of, but state tournament, ECC gets dwarfed half the time, right? Summers plays in a bigger conference, they're a bigger school, they get more people, and we just laid an egg, right? So this year they have a shot. Like, I want it for these guys. Like, I've said it a million times. I've never said it talk about me. I said it for the seniors. Like, I want Drew, even though they experienced it last year as juniors, I want Drew, I want Jake, I want Sammy, I want Caden, I want Calvin. I want them to go out again, right? We hung a new banner. I had a new banner made with the 2024 on there. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I sat back and watched and just see how it went. And for the most part, I like where we are. Mm-hmm. You know, we've been outside almost every day. Well, I've been inside like once.
Today's program is being brought to you by the Burns Agency in Dayville and Norwich. Home, auto, life insurance, all from a family-owned agency since 1932. Call 860-774-8549 or find them on the web at burnsagency.com and find out why you'll buy better at Burns. The Burns Agency, a Hub International company. Strain Family Motors on Route 12, Lisbon. Quality used cars like the SNSN Strain Family Motors Mobile that you will see at all SNSN sports events. Oil changes, remote car starters, all available and more in their service department. And if you really want to turn up the excitement, rent a Polaris Slingshot for the day and live it up. All available at Strain Family Motors, Route 12 in Lisbon.
Baseman, and then like halfway sophomore year, there was like, oh, play third. We were playing Putnam, so it wasn't a close game. And since then, I've played third. But after college, I'm not sure yet.
My name's Sam Gilgenbach. I'm an outer center fielder, and I pitch a little bit too. My plans for after high school, I'm committed to play baseball at Springfield College, and yeah, that's it.
what are you guys looking forward for this your senior year? What are certain things, certain games?
To win, especially against Stonington and Montville. I think they're becoming bigger rivalries in Plainfield just because we play them so often. Like, it's so intense because we play travel baseball with a lot of the same guys that play on those teams, and it's a bunch of trash talk in the off season during summer ball when we're all playing together. Looking to get my velo up. I'm trying to hit 90 by the summer, which
Velo meaning velocity.
yeah.
Okay.
Yo, what are you sitting
A little
at?
shop talk.
My last time I got gunned was in my indoor bullpen, and I was up to 87, hit it a couple times. So goals to hit 90 by the time I go to post.
It's pretty good velo. Sorry.
One thing I want to do this season is like make sure we have the underclassmen like be able to be comfortable with the like juniors and seniors, because I don't want them next year to be nervous to play. I would also love to beat Stonington, and I would love to beat Montville.
What is it with the Stonington thing? It seems like no matter what sport we ask the kids, beat Stonington. Is there a
Answer it honestly.
yeah?
They
Seriously.
like to post on social media, and they like to run their mouth. So last year it felt great to win the division. I would
That's
also
water cooler 101 right there.
Back it up.
I would also love to hit like 350 to 400, because last year and sophomore year I've stayed at the 300 range, but I'd like to break out of my shell a little bit this year and go above that.
I think the biggest thing for me personally is team success. I really want to get that first state win, because like obviously our freshman year we didn't make the tournament. Sophomore year and junior year we lost first round, but like I think this year we have enough to get a win in that state tournament for once. So that'd be nice to go out with for sure.
Is it safe to visit the dentist? In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
Or hardly any. For me, one of those sports translate into baseball. So is it really, really true that if you're a baseball kid, you're a baseball kid? Would you guys agree with that or disagree with that?
Agree.
Well, Drew played football freshman year, no?
Yeah, that was it, right?
Yeah.
Sam did too.
Hey, Kiki.
Yeah.
Kiki, still plays football.
I think you see that from school to school, and then
A lot of
that's when
college
the decision making.
coaches will tell you that they want you to play multiple sports. But my son played baseball and just baseball only, right?
Yeah.
Baseball is, and I was a basketball player. I played with Chris, so baseball is different where you have to work on your craft more so. If you're a pitcher, you want to develop different pitches.
Sure.
It takes longer, right? Shoot or shoot.
I was horrible in basketball. I was horrible in football. I played one football game, got knocked on my butt by some kid from New London. I went home, said, "Mom, I'm done," and that was the end of it. I'm going to keep throwing the ball, and that was it. So I've always wanted to know if that's through generations. Is that pretty much the same thing?
It takes a different mentality to be a baseball player.
Yeah.
That's what I'll tell you. I mean, my father was...
Oh, I agree with you. I understand that.
My father was drafted by the Astros. My cousin played at the University of Tampa. It was all-state in New London for baseball. I'm related to Billy Gardner, who played for the Red Sox. Mm-hmm. My uncle was a scout for the Dodgers and the Red Sox.
You get a baseball
He
pedigree.
played for the Orioles, right? But
Yeah.
I was a basketball player. The difference was... at 21, my brother started doing baseball. My father was getting busy at work, so I started coaching. So this is like 28 years for me, total youth sports. And then when my son started playing t-ball, I wasn't even going to coach. And then the coach never showed up. I took over, and I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
So I'm still going. So baseball for me is just so much. Basketball is so frustrating sometimes because I was a basketball player, so I demand more, right? Today's kids are different than when we grew up. It's just how they're coached, how they play, everything. Baseball, it's easy for me. I'm more laid back. I'm more of a player's coach in baseball, and I've never had a problem with kids not playing for me. I've never been the yeller. I've never had to be the huge disciplinarian person. You know, if I raise my voice once, they look at me and like that's Coach Tim. You know, so they're all good kids, and we are so close knit. Like today, 6 a.m. we're at Dean's team breakfast. How many kids?
16.
Yeah, 16 kids. Drew was
Impressive.
there. I can't call him Drew anymore because I got Drew, so it's Fabes, his son.
Faves' generation.
Yeah,
so
I know.
it's all over.
I know.
I call him Faves most
Anybody-
of the time.
I've called him
now, so-
Fabes forever, so
people
now
always-
his son's getting called Fabes. And I told him, I said, sorry, I can't call you Drew until he leaves. So,
Faves is a good name.
but yeah, breakfast and then practice. We practiced for 3 hours, and then we came here with these guys. So, yeah, still the same thing. Bro hug and I love you at the end of every single practice. It's just a very tight-knit thing in the big freshman class this year. And some baseball players. Good.
Give us your rundown. Starting opening day. Give us your lineup. What do you got?
So far, opening day is Saturday. We got 2 scrimmages left. Wednesday against Woodstock at home. Brady Erickson, who's committed to UConn, big 6'7" lefty, whatever he is. He's throwing. And then Thursday, back-to-back. So we've got Thursday at Fitch. So as of now, MJ Brockway, freshman, starting at catcher. Jake Duthry starting at third. Sonny Botello, sophomore, taking over Sean Garvin at shortstop. Hunter DuPont, our only junior, playing second base. Kiki Boyce, or Kimani, playing first base, sophomore. Left field, senior Calvin Otto. Center field, senior Sam Gilgenbach. Right field, freshman Caleb Dutrumbull. And then the substitutes are Drew Fabry, Cam Deskis, Caden Deskis. Is that it?
Yeah.
Big job.
Oh, yeah, and Drew's younger brother, JJ. So that's where we're at. And then, we have a bunch of freshmen. So it can fluctuate up and down. See how it is.
You're on the mound.
I'm not starting.
Drew is definitely the starting pitcher. That's all I hear about. Drew, am I starting? My velo's at this. I want to touch 90. He had a home run today in practice.
Is he the big prima
You would have thought it was the
donna?
World Series.
Is he the biggest prima donna on your team?
Hey,
Dude.
have
no clue.
quick question for you.
Yeah.
Did you get robbed yesterday when that ball hit the wall? Because I was in the right corner. Okay.
Tim says no. The other umpires came up to me and said, I don't care what anyone says, it was a fair ball.
I stood down the line and looked, and it was a foot to the
The
left.
umpire called it a foul ball, so it was a foul ball.
So I was standing next to the other umpire, and he looked at me and he goes, "He robbed him of that?" And I said, "I guess so, because I think it was you jogging back."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, Gildenbuck's jogging back now. He definitely didn't round
A
third."
foot. He missed it by a foot.
So,
But it stayed in anyways. It didn't go out. Yes, today he went out.
so Mike, we were talking about he crushed the ball yesterday at Manchester, and we thought it was just easy, trot around the field, and then next thing you know, everybody's going back.
And they were a good team.
Oh yeah,
Fundamentally sound. Good friend of mine, Gary Marino. He's one of the winningest coaches in Connecticut in baseball. He used to coach at Cheney Tech.
Gary's been everywhere, right?
Yeah, I love him. I've been
and
friends with him forever.
every sport, I always see him in a gym. Was he coaching girls basketball here or
At
there?
one point, yeah.
I coached my first started coaching.
I've
I
known his
coached
kids since they were 9 years
Classical
old.
Magnet. I think he was coaching girls
Yeah,
basketball.
correct.
Yeah,
Super nice dude.
yeah, good guy.
Anything else we want to cover? Before?
Yeah, real quick. Favorite baseball movie? Here we go. Think about it a little bit.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. Next.
Field of Dreams.
Someone's got to be different than
Yeah, I was
Sandlot
gonna
for
say
sure.
Sandlot.
Yeah.
Coach, what do you got?
Bench warmers.
Again,
Now, you
nobody
know
says
what?
the natural.
I'm Major League all day.
Yeah,
I'm Major
yeah.
League too, but I'll
Yeah.
name 2 that are good. Trouble with the Curve, if you've never seen it.
Haven't.
Clint Eastwood. Who's
Yeah, him and his daughter.
Justin Timberlake,
Yeah.
right? Phenomenal.
So
Old
it's
scout,
a
new scout.
minor league game. Right?
Yeah,
Maybe we were looking for
Clint
a
Eastwood
minor.
was an old scout who's losing his eyesight.
Yeah, that was a good
Justin
movie.
Timberlake was a new scout. Phenomenal movie.
All right. I'll put it on the list.
And Moneyball.
Great one. Yeah. And I
Moneyball,
found
yeah.
out this morning that Jonah Hill's character was not a real person.
100%.
Yeah, it was. I guess it was a collect, even though it was like the most important character in the entire
In the
movie.
entire movie.
Yeah, and it was
What,
just
Moneyball?
yeah. So Jonah Hill, that wasn't a real person. They were saying that on the radio
When
this
you have a
morning.
chance,
Yeah.
watch Trouble with